Hi, welcome to my presentation about the business climate of Germany. First, I'm going to start with a small overview of the economy of Germany. The German economy is the largest economy in Europe, and Germany is also the world's second largest exporter. The Made in Germany mark is an undisputable mark of quality, and small and medium-sized companies are really where Germany's real economic strength comes from, because there are tens of thousands of SMEs that employ almost 70% of the country's workforce, making it Germany an economic powerhouse in numerous fields, including engineering and renewable energies. An economy like this, based on small business, allows new companies to enter more easily and products to be realized more quickly. So Germany is obviously a very successful country when it comes to their business climate. And I'm going to now look into some of the reasons why. First, I'm going to start with the Hofstede's cultural dimensions to give you an understanding of what the business culture looks like. First is power distance, which Germany scored a 35 on. So this means that Germany is highly decentralized and is supported by a strong middle class. So Germany is a low power distant country. In Germany, control is disliked and leadership is challenged to show expertise. Individualism is the next one, and Germany scores 67 on this. Germany is truly individualistic. They have a strong belief in self-actualization, and loyalty is based on the personal preference for people. The communication in Germany is some of the most direct in the world, which follows the ideal to be honest even if it hurts. In masculinity and femininity, Germany scored a 66. This deals with what motivates people. So that's either wanting to be the best, which is masculine, or liking what you do, which is feminine. Because Germany scored a 66, this means it's a masculine society. So in Germany, performance is highly valued, and people in Germany rather live in order to work. They draw self-esteem from their tasks, and business managers are expected to be decisive and assertive. Germany scored a 65 in uncertainty avoidance, which means it is an uncertainty avoidant country. Germans want a systematic overview to proceed, and if a situation is uncertain, certain Germans like to compensate by relying on the expertise of individuals that know a lot about what's going on. In long-term orientation, Germany scored a 31, which means that it is a relatively short-term oriented culture. Germany has a respect for tradition, and they have a small propensity to save or look forward into the future. Now let's move on to some other aspects of Germany that affect the business climate. The first is the infrastructure. Germany is known for having good infrastructure. According to a global competitiveness report published in 2012, Germany's extensive infrastructure was signaled out for special praise to its capacity for highly efficient transportation of goods and passengers. Germany had high marks for the quality of roads and airports and the rail and port infrastructure, and the country's outstanding communications and energies infrastructure. Their roadway, which you can see on the upper right-hand corner, is called the Autobahn, and it ranks as the third largest worldwide in length, and it's known for its lack of general speed limit. Germany also has a great port infrastructure facilities that allow for the efficient delivery of goods in Europe's largest market. They have a reliable energy infrastructure and a network of airports and an intricate highway system. The legal system in Germany is governed by the principle of the freedom of economy, so business activities don't generally require a specific permit or license. Germany law also makes no distinction between Germans and foreign nationals regarding investments or the establishment of countries. And the legal environment is known for stability and transparency. The workforce in Germany employs over 40 million people. Germany has a world-class education system with solid vocational training, and 80% of the German workforce has received either formal vocational training or has an academic degree. Therefore, Germany offers Europe's most highly trained and reliable employees whose professionalism and qualifications are recognized and admired worldwide. German workers are motivated and loyal, and Germany has one of the highest productivity rates. The tax environment in Germany is competitive, and the average tax burden for corporate companies is about 30%, and in some areas it's as low as 22%. If you see at the bottom of this chart, New York is around 40%, and so Germany is obviously lower than this. And where Germany shines is in foreign direct investment, which is the investment in controlling and managing value-added activities in other countries. And Germany has extremely high FDI inflow. Germany is a much sought-after business destination. About 45,000 foreign companies, including some of the world's 500 largest corporations, operate here in Germany. And this ability to attract FDI can be crucial to a region's economic success. The United Nations ranks Germany amongst the world's leading countries for foreign direct investments, with more than 513 billion euros in inward FDI stocks in 2011. The main reason that Germany is known as the best country for FDI is that it is free when it comes to business and investments, and there are no restrictions or barriers to capital transactions or currency transfers. Germany has an openness to global commerce, and they have well-protected property rights and a sound business regulatory environments. So this encourages other countries to invest in Germany. Also, something really important is that foreign and direct and domestic investors are treated equally in Germany, so it makes sense that other countries would want to operate here. If you look at the Heritage Freedom Index, you can see this freedom in Germany playing out. Germany is the top line and the world average is the bottom, and Germany is one of the most free countries in Europe, and it also has the 19th most free economy in the world. The government has been able to keep spending under control, and this has created high business freedom. You can see here Germany's business freedom, which gained a score of 92.1, and they also have a high trade freedom because there are relatively few non-tariff barriers, and foreign direct investors are treated equally. Something else interesting about Germany is that they have a high freedom from corruption, and from the global textbook in chapter 3, corruption is the abuse of public power for private benefits, usually in the form of bribery in cash or in kind. And competition should always be based on products and services, but corruption distorts that, and this causes a misallocation of resources and slow economic development. There's Transparency International, which is headquartered in Berlin, Germany, and it's the most influential anti-corruption non-governmental organization, and it has found a strong correlation between a high level of corruption and a low level of economic development. In other words, corruption and poverty go together. So, and there's also evidence that corruption discourages foreign direct investment. So Germany is really benefiting from the fact that they have low corruption because it attracts international investment. Something that Germany doesn't do as well at is entrepreneurship. There is a cultural disapproval of individual enterprise in Germany, and there are also economic deterrents to entrepreneurship, such as high corporate taxes and high social security standards. And you can see on this graph, the Netherlands and the United States are way above Germany in entrepreneurship, and also the venture capital funding as a percent of GDP is relatively low, especially compared to the UK and other countries in Europe. I found an article from The Economist called Les Miserables, and they said that Europe not only has a Euro crisis, but it also has a growth crisis because of its chronic failure to encourage ambitious entrepreneurs. In 2010, early stage entrepreneurs made up just 4.2% of Germany's adult population. Other countries such as America are at 7.6%, China is at 14%, and Brazil is at 17%. So Germany is obviously much lower. And if you see on this chart, the United States used to be lower than Europe, and now Europe is much lower than the United States in entrepreneurship, which is really hindering business and not allowing creative businesses to emerge from Germany. Now I'm going to move on to some current business news. The first is the Cyprus bailout, which is all over different articles. One article from Bloomberg said the bailout for Cyprus totals $10 billion and will not go up. Germany recently bailed out Cyprus, and the state's president said he would appeal for extra assistance, but Germany said the amount of the bailout will not rise. Another interesting article from Business Week was titled European Car Sales Plummet Even in Solid Germany. This was published on April 17th, and Europe's auto market is in free fall, and there is a widening recession, and car makers have suffered 18 straight months of declining sales. And Germany has also fallen, which took analysts by surprise, considering that the country is still relatively prosperous. And the answer to this lies in the fact of Europe's debt crisis. The fortunes of its car industry have a big impact on the rest of Europe, because any downturn it suffers is felt across the whole region. So this is actually a very big deal. And the last article is called Europe Must Stay the Course with Austerity from the Local, which is Germany's business news in English. And this article basically said that the Eurozone is going to stay with their reforms and fiscal discipline, and that Germany is not going to change its austerity measures. And times may be difficult in Germany right now, but the German finance ministry believes that it is on the road to healthy growth if they continue their austerity measures, and that things will pick up as they are able to slash their deficits and rebuild the trust of international investors. So this concludes my presentation about Germany. I hope you have a better understanding of the current business climate. Thanks for listening. Bye.